Okay, so what is IKEA? IKEA is a Swedish furniture and decor company that prides itself on providing quality furniture to its customers at affordable prices. Currently, there's 298 IKEA stores, and they're located in 26 different countries and selling over $36 billion a year, which is a lot. So they're doing very well, and yeah, they're a great company. So for mission and goals, I'd first like to talk about this quote that's located on their website. It's under the IKEA concept, which they talk about a lot. So it's, we at IKEA do our part by packaging the products smartly, and you do your part by assembling the products. Together, we not only save money, but it also means easier transport for you and less trucks on the road for our environment. So they're really taking pride in helping their customers save money, which is very important, and then also helping to save the environment, which not a lot of other companies do. So that's pretty cool that they can do that and offer something a little bit different. So some of their goals for the future and currently as well are having a close relationship with suppliers. It's really important that they keep this close relationship with suppliers because their suppliers are what allows them to buy in bulk, and that helps lower costs to purchase those items and then also to lower costs to sell them, which is really important because they're competing against people like Walmart and Amazon and Wayfair, who also have the same goals to cut prices and keep everything as low as possible. Another goal they have is expanding into different countries. Like I said, they're already in 26 different countries, but it's always a big business, just like IKEA's goal, to really expand and to make sure that they reach every kind of country that they can to reach different audiences and maybe even learn a little bit more too. The last goal that they have is competing against large online companies like Amazon and Wayfair. Like I mentioned before, these are some really big companies. Wayfair in particularly, they specialize in furniture just like IKEA. And the main thing about these competitors are that they're online. IKEA actually is in store, and one of their big components is offering an experience to customers when they visit their stores. So this is really important to them that they are able to provide that for them. So IKEA has a pretty strategic management process. They really want to solve the worst part of buying furniture, which is investing in expensive products. When they first started, this was one of their biggest goals, is just to get rid of the whole investing part in furniture because it can be so expensive, and it really doesn't have to be if the customer is willing to actually put together the furniture. Another one of their processes is being able to provide products that are inexpensive but certainly not too cheap. They don't want to sell products that they're just cheaply made. They don't want to deter buyers and consumers because their products aren't well made. They want them to be inexpensive so that consumers will keep buying their products, but they want to make sure that they do have quality products. They also have their stores basically as a destination. If you've ever been in IKEA, it's huge. There's different showrooms, and it's basically an all-day experience. You go in, and if you don't really have an idea of what you're shopping for, it doesn't really matter. There's so much there, and they offer more than just furniture. I mean, there's a food court, there's different activities that are for kids and for other people as well. It's really an interesting business to study, just the way that they model themselves. And it's really important that they make their store a destination for shoppers, because one of the things with their competitors is they don't have any in-store locations. Most of their competitors are predominantly online, so being able to provide both an online storefront and then also a physical storefront is really important. And making it a destination just shows that they can still attract shoppers to come into their store and shop for different various furniture items or decor pieces, and it's really just a fun experience that they can't have online.
Internal factors, starting with IKEA's core competencies. They're first, having a focused low-cost strategy and business model while maintaining quality furniture. IKEA maintains profitable success thanks to their ingenious packaging method. They save money by flat packaging in-house, leaving the furniture unassembled, by how much they're able to store, and by how much they're able to ship out all at once to individual stores and houses. They leave customers to assemble the furniture themselves, saving the customer money on assembly services and saving IKEA the expense of providing services. Second is customer satisfaction. Yes, customer satisfaction is essential in any business. If customers were only happy with IKEA, IKEA wouldn't have any competitors. What is being said here is IKEA has been able to achieve plenty customer satisfaction in their own unique way. With their ability to sell quality products at such a reasonable price, IKEA has an advantage over competitors that has yet to be achieved by anyone else.
External factors. Economists, academics, investors, and other stakeholders frequently attempt to understand the economic drivers in the furniture industry because retail sales are a proxy for economic performance. Some of these external factors include being monopolistically a competitive industry, the relationship between the housing market and furniture retail market, and the importance of furniture retail sector for the U.S. economy. I'd first like to talk about the political factors. Government attitude towards IKEA has fluctuated over time. In 2012, IKEA admitted that the company used prison labor in Eastern Germany in the 1970s and the 1980s. This caused significant political controversy. Economic factors. The global economic crisis of 2007 to 2009 is a great example of the impact of external factors. This further explains the macroeconomic situation and consumer spending power. Social factors. Mainly for social factors, they have to do with environmental issues. Increasing concerns towards environmental issues, significant deforestation, have caused IKEA to be the third largest consumer of wood in the world. Technological factors. Technology innovations in the manufacturing process have affected IKEA's scope of operations. Environmental factors. Most of the environmental factors are concerned with eliminating the usage of plastic bags and special accommodations to return certain waste for its customers. Legal factors. Like many businesses, there are legal factors in IKEA's large business. Changes in the rules and regulations may impact IKEA's performance ultimately. Porter's 5 Forces model. The threat of new entrants into the furniture and home appliance manufacturing industry is significant. There are no minimum legal or regulatory barriers to enter into the industry, and knowledge barriers are not substantial as well. Bargaining power of buyers is huge. IKEA customers are generally price sensitive, and this situation increases their bargaining power. The competition is intense, and as such, there is a long list of furniture retailer people can buy from. Moreover, the absence of switching costs for buyers fuels their bargaining power to a significant extent. Bargaining power of suppliers is substantial. IKEA has 1,200 suppliers in 51 countries, and the lack of differentiation between products delivered by suppliers increases IKEA's bargaining power. The threat of substitute products. The threat of substitute products or services for products offered by IKEA is low. This is because there are not too many products and services available that can satisfy the demand for both furniture and home appliances. At the same time, increasing number of online applications represents an indirect substitution for certain types of products offered by IKEA. Rivalry among existing firms is intense. Most large supermarkets such as Walmart, Target, Tesco, Sainsbury's sell some type of furniture. In addition, there are direct competitors for IKEA, and that includes but not limited to Argos, Ashley's Furniture, Rooms, and Jordan's Furniture.
Internal factors, starting with IKEA's core competencies. They're first, having a focused low-cost strategy and business model while maintaining quality furniture. IKEA maintains profitable success thanks to their ingenious packaging method. They save money by flat packaging in-house, leaving the furniture unassembled, by how much they're able to store, and by how much they're able to ship out all at once to individual stores and houses. They leave customers to assemble the furniture themselves, saving the customer money on assembly services and saving IKEA the expense of providing services. Second is customer satisfaction. Yes, customer satisfaction is essential in any business. If customers were only happy with IKEA, IKEA wouldn't have any competitors. What is being said here is IKEA has been able to achieve plenty customer satisfaction in their own unique way. With their ability to sell quality products at such a reasonable price, IKEA has an advantage over competitors that has yet to be achieved by anyone else. Next, a SWOT analysis of IKEA. Strengths: attractive product design. IKEA employs more than 1,000 designers globally who operate under democratic design culture and implement the concept in practice on a daily basis, ensuring their spot as one of the top leading brands in the market today. Market leadership. According to the company report, their current leadership position provides them with substantial advantages in terms of the economies of scale, and at the same time creating a substantial entry barrier for new competitors. Solid financial position. The company is able to commit to considerable research and development expenses to further strengthen its presence in the global marketplace. It's also a great cushion in times of recessions and decline in demand. Fast yet focused product range. Diverse products for diverse customers designed with functionality and practicality. Weaknesses. Weak presence in Asia. For the past few years, IKEA's presence in Asia hasn't proven to be profitable even though their economies are rapidly growing. Damaged reputation due to a series of incidents, such as photoshopping women in their catalogs. 30 years ago, they did business with suppliers in communist East Germany that used forced labor to produce IKEA products, and in 2013, IKEA had to recall its meatballs after traces of horse meat were found. Competitive advantage difficult to sustain. Even though they are top in the market, new competitors from emerging economies may be able to reduce their offering prices due to their access of cheaper resources. Lack of flexibility due to its size. IKEA owns 315 stores in 27 markets and operates in more than 40 countries, employing 147,000 people. Due to their massive size, IKEA may find it difficult to adapt to the frequent changes in the external environment on the global scale. Opportunities. More emphasis on CSR. Back to the incidents mentioned previously, ethical behavior and values need to be deeply integrated into IKEA so issues like those can be avoided in the future. In the company report, they mentioned investing in CSR, corporate social responsibility programs. Increasing presence in developing countries. Highly attractive markets for IKEA will always pose as an opportunity for the brand. Apparently, developing countries is one of them. Formation of strategic collaborations. Target businesses involved in logistics and retail can help IKEA gain in-depth knowledge about local consumer behavior. Adding premium range of products into portfolio. Many associate high price with high value, so why wouldn't IKEA take advantage? Also, the tiny house market is growing. Maybe IKEA will be the first to design multi-purpose furniture for tiny houses. But moving on to threats, if IKEA doesn't take advantage of association of high price with high value, this could possibly hurt them. Unsustainability of democratic design concept. At some point, the juice just stops flowing for designers and customers aren't as interested as they once were. This may be caused by a decline of creativity of designers due to the deterioration of organizational culture, employee morale, etc. Emergence of competition from Asia. Just as IKEA sees profitable opportunity of increasing presence in developing countries, other competitors most likely see the same opportunity. Lastly, global economic and financial crisis. The global economic and financial crisis of 2007 to 2009 had proved to have highly detrimental and lasting impact on the volume of sales for furniture and home appliances.
One of the things that our group researched about IKEA was competitive advantage, and they do many things to compete with other companies. For example, they offer high quality yet stylish products at low prices, and they do that by selling their furniture unassembled, which saves money for both customers and IKEA. They designed their stores in a method where customers would spend a lot of time in there, and they would go through pretty much everything they offer for sale. For example, like the exit is very far from the entrance. So once you enter, you have to walk through every floor and through pretty much every section. So that way, everybody going there finds something to buy.
So IKEA's business strategy is, it really operates on a vertical integration strategic level. IKEA is a very high volume retailer, and it buys products from more than 1,800 suppliers in 50 different countries. So, I mean, they're pretty expansive. They're able to negotiate their prices with suppliers and check the quality of materials and keep an eye on the social and working conditions as well, which is really nice. And although IKEA fosters competition among suppliers to ensure they attain the best prices and materials, it really believes in creating a long-term business relationship with their suppliers. So they have their suppliers sign long-term contracts, which helps them lower prices for their products. Also, IKEA has made it their goal to maintain a long-term relationship with these suppliers so that they have leverage. They really have more of a say in what those suppliers can supply. They're kind of able to know the demand a little bit and kind of integrate new products as well. The first advantage of having vertical integration is that IKEA can offer pretty low prices. They can buy in bulk from their suppliers, and that really helps to cut the costs of purchasing those products from their suppliers, and then in return helps to lower the costs that they're going to be selling them to their consumers. When the suppliers have a lot of market power, they can also dictate terms. So like I said, they kind of have a little bit of leverage with this. They can kind of focus on like what's in demand and have enough supplies and materials that they need to meet those demands as well. IKEA gives economies of scale. It's basically just cutting the cost of buying in bulk, like I said, which really helps in return. And they also can be aware of what is selling and when they can duplicate brand name items cheaply. So they're able to kind of copycat some of like the main competitors' brand names and just do it in a cheap way that's just inexpensive and can still kind of deliver the same quality that a brand name would, just at a lower cost. Some of the disadvantages is that it's expensive to run a business like this. It's so big, and really it's just very, very expensive to run a big business like this. It also kind of reduces the flexibility a little bit, because when you're operating with suppliers and you try to follow consumer trends and things like that, you can't really keep up with that. It's a little bit difficult to do that on demand when you need to. Also, there's a loss of focus of the original intent at times when you have like vertical integration. One of the main things with IKEA is that they really work to help have the lowest costs possible to their consumers, and then also help the environment a little bit. So if IKEA ever gets out of hand with the products that they're offering, it can kind of, if they do, it would kind of create a little bit of a loss of focus if they're mostly focused on the money that they're making and not really their original intent. And then it's also difficult to find management that can handle both the factory side and corporate side. You have to be really level-headed and have a good understanding of both sides of this business, because it's such a big business and there's so much to each part. And being able to have those two mindsets is really important in operating a business. Some of the disadvantages of having a vertically integrated business strategy is that it's expensive and it's not really as flexible as you would think it could be. And ultimately, you could lose a lot of focus. It's really hard to keep focus on your original intent and your goals when you're making a lot of money. It's also difficult to find a manager and any kind of management really that can handle both the factory side and the corporate side, because it's a lot to know and you really have to have some skill to do that.
In terms of their global strategy, IKEA has reiterated that they're gonna keep expanding globally in terms of physical stores and online sales. A few years ago, they started selling online, but they haven't backed out of plans to have actual physical stores, because they believe their customers like to actually go in and see what they have to sell in person. They currently have about 380 stores in 48 different countries, and they're still expanding to more countries and in countries they're located in already. For example, they're not very big inside the like the Midwestern U.S., like northern Texas and these kind of states, and they're opening new stores there to reach more people. Um, and they're currently planning on becoming the largest furniture retailer on the planet. IKEA is actually one of the greenest, most efficient companies around today. They actually own turbine farms and solar panels to power their stores and factories. They're also one of the most diverse companies out there. They hire people globally, basically. They also have a great contract with any of their suppliers and manufacturers, because what they do is they make those companies sign the contracts that ensures their employees get decent wages and rights. They also have their top managers. Almost half of their top managers are women, and they also offer one of the most generous parental leave plans out there today, which is actually comparable to Google's leave plans and Silicon Valley's leave plans, not like other retailers.